Outside on the city streets, now near dusk, a long black limo cruises down the street. Inside the limo, Bob sits proudly with his family as Rick Dicker debriefs them. Everybody is enjoying the moment, save for Helen, who's already clicked back into mother mode and is using the car phone to get messages.
We've frozen all of his assets. If Syndrome even sneezes, we'll be there with a hanky and a pair of handcuffs. The people of this country are indebted to you. We'll make good on it.
Does this mean we can come out of hiding?
Let the politicians figure that one out. But I've been asked to assure you that we'll take care of everything else. You did good, Bob.
Dash plays with the electric windows as Helen retrieves messages from the car phone. Window up, window down.
Hello, Mrs. Parr. Everything's fine. But there's something unusual about Jack Jack. Can you call me? Okay.
Window up, down, up.
Oh.
Finally, Helen snaps.
Come on, we're in a limo.
Bob is looking appreciatively at Violet.
You're wearing your hair back.
Huh? Oh, yeah, yeah.
It looks good.
Thanks, Dad.
That was so cool when you threw that car.
Not as cool as you running on water.
And Mom, hey Mom, that was so sweet when you snagged that bad guy with your arm and kind of just like, whoa, whiplashed him into the other guy.
I'm trying to listen to messages, honey.
And we totally aced those guys that tried to kill us. That was the best vacation ever. I love our family.
It's me. Jack Jack's still fine. But I'm really getting weirded out. Where and when are you coming back?
Bob, listen to this.
Helen is listening to the last message as the limo slows to a stop in front of their house.
Here we are.
Hi, this is Carrie. Sorry for freaking out, but your baby has special needs. Anyway, thanks for sending the replacement sitter.
Replacement? I didn't call for a replacement.
Bob's eyes widen. He and Helen jump from the car, followed by the kids. They cross the lawn and burst through the front door to reveal Syndrome, who spins, hitting the family with his 0-point ray, cradling a sleeping Jack Jack in his arms. He grins.
Shh. Baby's sleeping.
He cackles. The Incredibles are frozen and helpless in the grasp of the 0 points. Only their eyes betray their desperation.
You took away my future. I'm simply returning the favor. Don't worry, I'll be a good mentor. Supportive, encouraging, everything you weren't. And in time, who knows? They might make a good sidekick.
Syndrome flings the family into the bookcase. He points his power band toward the roof and blows a huge hole in it, revealing his manta jet hovering high above. Syndrome fires his jet boots and takes off towards the jet.
He's getting away, Bob! We have to do something! We have to do something now!
Ascending with Syndrome and Jack Jack, Jack Jack awakens to the sight of his family and home receding beneath him. He cries, reaching out for them. Syndrome nears the manta jet. Jack Jack's crying turns angry, and suddenly he bursts into flames. Syndrome shrieks. Jack Jack's fire goes out, revealing that the baby has turned entirely to metal. Syndrome drops with a sudden weight. His jet boots compensate, but Syndrome is struggling to stay aloft. The baby's flesh reverts to normal, but the baby begins to vibrate fiercely. Syndrome can barely keep a hold of him. And on the ground, Helen turns to Bob, panicked.
Something's happening! What's happening?
We go back to Syndrome and Jack Jack. The vibrating baby begins to redden, transforming abruptly into a mini monster. The Jack Jack monster throws a headlock around Syndrome, laughing maniacally, and starts to rip apart Syndrome's jet boots. On the ground, Bob and Helen watch helplessly.
We have to stop him! Throw something!
I can't! I might hit Jack Jack!
Throw me!
Up there with Syndrome and Jack Jack, Jack Jack rips a valve from Syndrome's jet boots, which propels him upwards, slamming his head into the jet's wing. He loses hold of Jack Jack, who falls. And on the ground, Helen sees this and turns to Bob.
Bob, throw me!
Helen leaps into Bob's arms, forming into a spear shape. Bob takes aim and flings her toward the fallen baby. And in the sky, Helen soars and grabs Jack Jack. She quickly blooms into a parachute. Outside the manta jet, Syndrome regains control. He successfully docks with the hovering manta jet. He stands at the docking doors, his cape blowing dramatically upwards.
This isn't the end of it.
And on the ground, Bob looks around wildly for a way to get at Syndrome and spies his sports car. Regret flashes across his face, and outside the manta jet,
I will get your son.
Syndrome's eyes go wide. Bob's car is soaring above him, tumbling end over end towards the manta jet. Syndrome jumps back as the cracks collide, blowing him off his feet and up towards the wing, towards the turbines. Clawing madly to find purchase, he looks over his shoulder in time to see the end of his cape sucked into the intake. Syndrome screams as he's yanked out of frame. And on the ground, Bob, Dash, and Vi react as the manta jet explodes. Descending through the air with Helen and Jack-Jack, Helen cradles Jack-Jack facing upwards, his back toward the ground. He looks at her, giggling and cooing.
Look at mommy, honey. Don't look down. Mommy's got you. Everything's all right.
But Jack-Jack sees burning wreckage coming towards them and starts to shriek, pointing upwards. Helen turns towards it to see as wreckage crashes on top of them, destroying the power home. Helen and JJ are saved. Vi and Helen exchange a meaningful look.
That's my girl.
Does this mean we have to move again?
Everyone chuckles at this. The smoke begins to clear, revealing a lone witness to this cataclysmic event. The big wheel kid, whose eyes are as big as dinner plates.
Oh man, that was totally wicked.
And we fade to black. And then are outside the Parker Stadium, day, a whole 3 months later. The stadium parking lot is about half full on a beautiful cloudless day. The marquee announces junior high track finals. Inside the stadium, young runners loosen up at the starting line of the 100-yard dash. Dash is among them. He waves to the stands, and in the stands, Bob, Helen, and Jack-Jack wave back. Coming down the steps is none other than Violet's crush, Tony Ridinger. He waves coolly at some friends and heads towards the concession stand, pausing when he sees Violet and a friend talking nearby. He approaches them.
Hey,
Hey.
you're Violet, right?
With a smile, Vi's friend exits.
That's me.
You look different.
I feel different. Is different okay?
Different is great. Would you,
Yeah.
do you want, maybe we, could,
Mm-hmm.
Violence silences Tony with a single finger on his lips. Tony stares at her in shock and wonder.
I like movies. I'll buy the popcorn. Okay?
yeah, good. A movie. Okay. Friday?
Friday.
On the field, the starter pistol fires and the runners take off. Dash jogs well behind the pack in a confident, easy trot. In the stands, Bob, Helen, and Violet cheer Dash on.
Woo! Yay! Run, Dash!
Dash, go, Dash! Come on, run!
Dash hears them and looks towards the stand.
Yeah,
Go, Dash, go!
hit the gas!
Pour it on, son!
Yes,
Come on!
buddy!
Dash, his eyes still on his
Keep
family,
going!
accelerates
Dash,
a
that's
little
too
and
much.
quickly
Come on,
moves
Dash.
towards the front of the pack.
But not too much! Come
no,
on, pull it
pull
back!
that,
Just,
baby.
come on, just a
Too
little
fast.
bit!
Dash
Pull
is
it back a
clearly
bit.
confused now, burns his brow as he again drops back. The family shouts even louder.
But don't give
No,
up! Come to
make it close, baby.
Close! Just
Second.
second!
for
Yes,
second.
close second!
Understanding, Dash accelerates just enough to scare the leader, crossing the finish line inches behind him. And in the stands, the Incredibles are ecstatic. They cheer and laugh and jostle each other as if Dash have won Olympic gold. Dash stands in the cluster of panting, red-faced boys, not even winded, and beams at his proud family.
That's my boy.
Out in the stadium parking lot a few minutes later, the family crosses the parking lot with Dash sitting atop Bob's shoulders, clutching his second-place trophy. Everyone is happy and together.
You were great out there, honey. We're so proud of you.
I saw you in the stands. I didn't know what the heck you wanted me to do.
Then the ground begins to quake. The Incredibles stop as the low rumble grows louder. On the far side of the lot, cars begin to be thrown into the air, tossed about like toys. A gargantuan drill spirals out of the ground, throwing dirt and chunks of asphalt in all directions. People run screaming as the enormous metallic vehicle crests and crashes into the earth. A door opens on top, and a hulking figure in dirty overalls emerges atop a rising platform. His ragged voice amplified through a loudspeaker, the Underminer speaks.
Behold the Underminer! I am always beneath you, but no one's beneath me. I hereby declare war on peace and happiness. All will tremble before me.
The camera pans off Bob as he glances at his family. They've already donned their masks, ready as there'll ever be. Camera returns to Bob, revealing that he too has put on his mask. He turns toward their new nemesis and smiles, rips his shirt open to reveal the eye insignia on the chest of his supersuit. Underneath, the logo of The Incredibles. And that's the end.
Yeah.
That was fun. That was fun.
Yes.
Good job, everybody.
That was so fun.
Good job, y'all.
Man, oh man, great job, you guys. Wow, that was definitely an endurance
Yes,
run, not a sprint.
indeed.